It's going to take a minute. I'm a little behind schedule. Stand by.
Trouble, strife, the love of my life is in Arkansas.
Yeah, and we're professionals, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And we haven't got Charlie either.
Oh, wait. Somebody's missing.
A black horizon seems peachy enough through rose-colored lenses.
He just sent a picture of burger and chips, didn't he? And then
Yeah, I
he
saw
disappeared
that.
again.
She says, too much Arkansas, not enough Texas.
Can you hear the guitar?
Not much.
Not much?
Not much.
Hang on. Do you know why?
Because it's
Can you
not
guess?
plugged in.
That's right.
She's coming around again. When a tropical depression beats up, stationary front.
Hi, Charlie. Can you hear me?
No.
You can't.
Oh, sorry. I can hear you. Yeah.
You can hear me. Yeah.
Man alive, she's a category 5.
Charlie had to mute you because your headphones picking up in the microphone.
A bend a note in the song I wrote, 5th fret, 2nd string. Nothing is the same tonight in Arkansas.
It's gone. Hello there.
Evening, everyone. Welcome, James. Evening,
Whoa.
Charlie.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Can we all hear each other?
I can hear both of you, I think.
It's a good start. Well, welcome. Welcome 12 people who aren't us to our first ever Somebody Else's Troubles live stream.
During this pandemic, us musicians tried to panic, trying to find ourselves an audience. The clubs and pubs are closed down. There's no place to have a hold down. When we streamed our stuff on YouTube, that made sense. Our friends and fans could hear us in London, Leeds and Texas, singing songs by the Beatles and John Prine. But when we found the recording, we saw this dire warning, a copyright strike from a robot over time. Hope you enjoyed the music. We're in the jailhouse now. We're in the jailhouse now. They got us down in jail, no one to go us bail. We're in the jailhouse now. We thought that we were in it, playing a song a minute, strumming tunes by Dylan and Van Zandt. When we listened to that band, we found that Google's hand was in our pocket where the money was. They got us, we're in the jailhouse now. We're in the jailhouse now. When Fat Google's hand was found, we're in the jailhouse now. Now the Jimmy Rogers bit. Yodelay-ho, yodelay-ho, yodelay. Yodelay-ho, yodelay-ho, yodelay-ho. Yodelay. Yodelay. Or something like that. Anyway, I might write some more verses or I might not. Thank you.
Well done. Bravo.
Oh,
Bravo.
hi, Ben. Is it raining in Stafford, Ben? Do I need to ask that question? Charlie, that was amazing.
I see Chuck Newland. I see Sally and Steve Masters. I see Rick from Colorado. I think we've got 4 time zones across the continental U.S. covered, which is pretty cool for a wee band from here. This is a song I wrote. It's the title of it is called "Moment's Joy," and in short, it's about having unrealistic expectations as a young man going to France, thinking he's going to find love. But anyway, here it goes. It's called "Moment's Joy." When I am able to get up from this table and simply walk away, absent of blue, when I am able to disregard my trivial worries, time alone can be a simple joy. But there are nights when jealous feelings begin to undermine my peace of mind. I swear it's a sin. I boil, I stew, I spin around, consumed with fury, blinded to the moment's simple joy. Kicking a stone through the city of lovers, shadows in doorways, I hear them kissing. Shall I retire to my rusted old bed? I'd rather instead lay down my head with you. I had a Betty one time, she was my steady. I asked her for her hand, she flatly refused, telling me, what is it with you anyhow, man? What is your hurry? Why are you such a little boy? So when I had a talk with me, myself, and I, we all agreed that I'm not such a bad guy. But when I see you, what can I do? My vision gets blurry. I become a little boy. I'd like to be able to tell you I'm at peace inside, but that would be a lie. What a lie. But just supposing you're chosen to, baby, but don't you think maybe life could be gravy for two? When I could finally make detachment complete, when I can finally live alone and own my own worries, the time we share can be a simple joy. But nights I can't sleep, I toss, I turn, I keep imagining you're holding hands with some good, some handsome man who is the source of your last smile, who hears your worries, who takes the time to lend a simple joy. I'm sipping espresso, it's 2 a.m. I'm driven to distraction, I'm looking for some action to distract me from the fact you won't be coming back. I'm blue and I'm black, my egg's about to crack. Despite what I say, I miss you anyway, so don't be coy. How about that moment of joy? Bye, baby. Take 2 tickets to Child's to Go, please.
Oh,
Hey,
great. Oh, look,
that was
if
great
you,
fun.
If you didn't know, that song's on this album here, Couples Dance, still available. We actually have
yeah.
proper CDs of it now.
And that qualifies as the something old portion, or the blues,
Or the Something Blue, yeah.
the song,
Yeah.
the bluey song.
Okay, so I suppose this is my I'm going to just bring everything down now. This is my Something Blue song, but anybody who knows the band knows how important John Prine was to us, and obviously we lost John Prine in the early days of the pandemic. And I just basically sat down in the garden on a strangely sort of sunny day. I remember it being a very hot day, and just sat there completely fried in the garden, just trying to work out what I wanted to say about John Prine, because I found as I've kind of gone through life, there's always been, whatever kind of situation I've found myself in, there always seems to have been somebody there who was into John Prine, just like one or other person. There's been quite a kind of constant theme, and obviously very much came together in this band. So this is my my tribute to John Prine. It's called Some Stars Will Always Shine. I met this guy, he looked right at me. Yeah, he looked sideways at me too. And he sang a song that only told me I did not know, I never knew. I did not know, I never knew. You can't be a hero to too many. Sure as hell was one of mine. Whatever hits us in the darkness, some stars will always shine. Some stars will always shine. I met him in some noisy back room. Just a little guy stood by the door, but he held us closer than a mother. When he got up to take the floor, when he got up he took the floor. You can't be a hero to too many. Sure as hell was one of mine. Whatever hits us in the darkness, some stars will always shine. Some stars will always shine. And all I wanna do is show you a picture of a man so strong, painted from life, talking truly, just like a guy in a John Prine song. He's not long gone, you only missed him. Still hear his voice around the place. From every corner sometimes feels like, just hand me that old record case. Just hand me that old record case. You can't be a hero to too many. Sure as hell was 2 or 3 of mine. Whatever hits us in the darkness, some stars will always shine. Some stars will always shine. Some stars will always shine. Cheers.
Let's see. This next song is one that I wrote just after the 2016 election, and you all remember what happened there. He who shall not be named was elected president. And anyway, this song was a bit of a reaction to that, but it hasn't really lost its meaning to present day. It's called Good News. It's basically about the need for good news, the desperate need for good news. Given the situation, this self-inflicted predicament that we're in, might do to pay attention
To the voice within, mine says we're in one big boat, shoulder to shoulder, rocking in a choppy sea, looking for a friendly port. It's a big temptation to throw up our hands and chuck the towel in, but hey, we're bigger than that. We can't let the bastards win. We're all saints and sinners, some of us seeking a savior to step in, and in the nick of time. There's no denying we live in troubled times. Got to keep on trying and read between the lines. It's you I rely on for comfort and shelter from doubt. Bring me some good news. Wise women, gentlemen, engaging children populate my world. Diamonds in the rough, each one a grain of sand, hoping to be a pearl for all their blemishes. Cuts and bruises along the way, they're treasures anyway. There's no denying we live in troubled times. Got to keep on trying and read between the lines. It's you I rely on for comfort and shelter from doubt. People say pay it forward, sit back, collect the dividend. Nice thought, but I can't agree. Kindness isn't meant to lend. Kindness isn't currency, and kindness isn't random. Kindness is a conscious act from the head and the heart in tandem. Hey, Charlie. How's it going? Well, thank you for that.
I'm going to mute him. He's off on one. Yeah.
Oh, that's you. That's you.
Right.
Ian,
Okay.
what you got?
So, nothing.
Nothing. Get away.
Actually, this is probably not the best time to do this, but we thought basically, you're supposed to do a kind of tip jar thing with these things. So we have got one. And we thought basically, like, if you want us to do another one, maybe you could buy us a couple of coffees and we put that towards the subscription to do this. But or we thought, if you don't want us to do another one, you could bribe us not to do another one. But either way, there's a link in the description to coffee.com/UK where you can buy us a coffee if you think we deserve one. Probably this was not the best time to suggest this.
Get away.
So,
He's put your guitar through the washing machine.
that was it.
735. And the people from Google.
28 people and a few robots and a couple of lawyers. Yeah.
Thought I'd do something blue. Got a kind-hearted woman, do anything in this world for me. Got a kind-hearted woman, do anything in this world for me. But it's these evil-hearted women, they will not let me be. I love my baby don't love me. I love my baby don't love me. But I really love that woman, can't stand to leave her be. Now people, if you've been wondering what makes me such as dream, it's when I get to drinking, baby, I begin to think, oh baby, your love comes on the scene. Well, you break my heart when you call me Mr. So-and-so's name. Got a kind-hearted woman, do anything in this world for me. Got a kind-hearted woman, do anything in this world for me. But it's these evil-hearted women, they will not let me be.
Ooh, hot! Wow. Wow.
That was amazing.
Thank you very much.
Can you see where we get our cool factor from? It's that end of the band.
I'm working on my
Get
blues
away.
uke.
Oh, yours is pretty cool. You're doing fine. You just might want to put that in your cooker for a moment. Everybody wants to hear Rhode Out of Me.
Oh, I think I'll have to put it in my cooker and learn the words again.
I knew you were going to say that. This is the song that you wrote. Right, this is my something old. This is a traditional song. It must be an English traditional song. And it must... It's basically called The Hand Weaver and the Factory Maid. And as the song progresses, you kind of get the sense that everything that is said is some kind of euphemism. And it's a sad song really. It's about a guy who was we just hit 100 messages today. Wow, fantastic. So this is a guy who's a hand weaver, and he's at home in his cottage weaving thread, but basically he's being left behind by the factory system, and despairing of earning a living, but also he's in love with someone, a girl who has gone to work in a factory. There's two voices in this song. One of them is his father, who's very scathing about the idea of factory girls, and the other one is him, but hopefully you can work it out. Well, I'm a hand weaver to my trade. I fell in love with a factory maid. If I could only her favour win, I'd stand beside her and I'd weave by steam. My father to me scornful said, how can you fancy a factory maid when you could have girls both fine and gay, dressed like unto the Queen of May? Well, as for you fine girls, I do not care. If I could only enjoy my dear, I would stand in the factory all my days. She and I'd keep our shuttles in play. My love's bedroom door, where I have been many times before, but I could not to speak nor yet get into the pleasant bed my love lay in. Well, how can you say it's a pleasant bed when nothing lies there but a factory maid? A factory maid, although she be, blessed the man that enjoys she, and it's pleasant the thoughts run in my mind as I turn down the sheets so fine to see her sweet breast standing so like two white hills all covered in snow. Oh, where are the girls? I will tell you plain. They have all gone to weave by steam, and well, if you would find them, you must rise at dawn and trudge to the mill in the early morn. Oh, I'm a hand weaver to my trade. I fell in love with a factory maid. If I could only her favor when I'd stand beside her, steam, I'd stand beside her, I'd weave by steam, I'd stand beside her, and I'd weave by steam.
Bravo.
That's
That's
great.
a bit
Love
lower
it.
than I remembered. I recorded a version of that on my solo folk album here
Oh,
called
look at that.
As the Grass Grows, which is, look at that, it's available here. Ian R. Coles at bandcamp.com. Look at that, that's so cool, isn't it? It's all automatic, it's not me.
How'd you do that?
It's magic. The robot is doing it. The robot is controlling the whole thing. But
Where
yeah.
is the robot, by the way?
Where is the robot? Is in the machine.
Ah,
Yeah. Taking notes, James. Taking notes on what you
Yeah.
and who you owe for it. but you know, it's all right because we've got the tip jar to pay your legal fees. James, how many of you?
No.
sorry?
No, it's your go. It must be your go.
Is it my go?
Yeah.
Oh, I think what happened,
No.
Ian, is that you went out of sequence.
Yeah.
You went, and I didn't say anything because it's just the kind of guy I am.
Yeah.
Wait for me to screw it up completely. Yeah. So this is something new. All right. It's something new. It's also the oldest song that I've written that I still play. 'Cause I was going back through some old notebooks and things, trying to, you know, just see what songs I had written, and I found this song that I'd completely forgotten about. And I haven't played it. I took it down to the bookshop one time, worked on it. But thank you, Susan M. Thank you very much. It's very generous of you. I took it down to the bookshop and worked on it in our songwriting sessions down there. And then I was just getting a nice version on the guitar, and then I decided to rearrange the whole thing for the bouzouki. So let's see what happens. This is called War of Independence. Right. You pick me up, you brush me down, you set me back on the softer ground. Then with the breeze you turn around, with the dust you were out of town. And like the fool you take me for, I'm waiting here as you pass my door. But the scars run deep, the wounds are sore, and I know that it's time to even up the score. And you can call me cheat, you can call me liar, but if you turn your back again, I'm gonna open fire. This is a war of independence. This is my war of independence. independence gonna tumble you from your throne. Fight some battles on my own. Well, the ropes are stout, the ties are tight. I'm the one I was, miles out of sight. Yeah, but an angry flame is burning bright, and I will take my stand, declare my rights. You can scream and cry if that strengthens your defenses, but if you're fooling around with me, there's gotta be some consequences. This is a war of independence. This is my war of independence. My war of independence gonna tumble you from your throne. Fight some battles on my own. So you can sit home, watch your phone. You can play my rules, or you can lose alone. I am standing tall, I have grown. Those walls that you built, all are overthrown. So you can lay your siege. I will never yield until your glory falls to dust, until the loser is revealed. This is a war of independence. This is my war of independence. My war of independence gonna tumble you from your throne. Fight some battles on my own. Fight some battles on my own. War of Independence. Something old and also new. Cheers. It's only just, you have to click things in just various combinations of 3, and it's just too much. I can't cope with it. So.
And it's a song about tiger feet. It's a song about just being an old bloke, really, and how tragic that is. Bonny Bessie Logan, she's handsome, young and fair, and oh, the very wind that blows lingers in her hair. She's lightsome, young and lovely, as she comes over the lea. Bonny Bessie Logan was over young for me. Bonny Bessie Logan, the lads all knew her style, and all come on for her to win her love and smile. I fain would be among them, but oh, that cannot be. For Bonny Bessie Logan was oh young for me. Bessie Logan, she stole my after one. And when I think upon her, distance softly fall. For knew I lie with this until the day I did. Bonny Bessie Logan was always young for me.
This song isn't about that Hurricane Grace. This is about a different Hurricane Grace, because that one happened near Bermuda, and this is more of a metaphor for a person who doesn't exist, but a person in Arkansas.
There's a crackle on the radio, a sizzle in the air, sheet lightning flashing everywhere. Train wreck in Missouri, that's another affair. Trouble, strife, the love of my life is in Arkansas. Met in Texarkana at the VFW. My best chance, the Friday night dance in 1982. Kissing in a parking lot like lovers do. We both knew our roads would merge in Arkansas. That was the first and only time we knew consensus. We were direct and honest then. We had no pretenses. A black horizon seems peachy enough through rose-colored lenses. Is it too much Arkansas or not enough Texas? I just can't help myself. I love that girl with firmly planted in each of our worlds. She prefers Texas, but I'm not so keen. I'm from Little Rock, she's from Abilene. Turns out, like Ozark weather, she can turn on a dime. Be she calm or stormy, the lovin's always sublime. But when the clouds pile up on her brow, no reason, no rhyme. What's different is I'm afraid this time we try to get along, but something prevents us. The ties that used to bind now strain to connect us. I drive a Chevy S10, she drives a Lexus. Is that too much Arkansas or not enough? Her name is Grace, you know she's full of that too. Just don't provoke her, whatever you do. You think the storm is at its end? Well, it ain't, just ask her friend. She's coming around again. When a tropical depression meets a stationary front, the reluctant front shunts over her with a grunt. Precious build, tempers rise. Guess who bears the brunt? Man alive, she's a category 5. She's a thunderheaded supercell, 1,000 miles across. Batten down the hatches before all is lost. Lovers we were meant to be, the kind they call star-crossed. Heat, lightning, and fireflies flicker in a cloudless, starry sky. To fading Ozark thunder, I wonder why. She isn't there, it isn't fair. Let her spirit fly. Her grace has left me high and dry in Arkansas. So I picked my Taylor on the front porch swing. Ooh, I miss her more than anything. A bending note in the song I wrote, 5th fret, 2nd string. Nothing is the same tonight in Arkansas. Out on the Texas plains, there are no fences. The sand and sun gets in your eyes, and the winds are relentless. We're overdue for Jesus to come and collect us. Is that too much, Arkansas? Or not enough, Texas? Is it too much, Arkansas? Or not enough? It's too much.
Wow.
That was great. I was playing along. I noticed you changed the key.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. You think we're singing it up there live, do you?
Well, it's
thanks
just
so
one
much.
one capo position. It's only half a step.
Well,
Keeps us on our toes.
Thanks everybody for coming. That includes from me to James and Charlie. Thank you very much for coming. This
Brilliant.
crazy idea of the robots. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
and
was fun.
I really do hope
again.
to figure out how to use the chat thing the next time around, because there's loads of people I didn't acknowledge. Sam and Megan in Wisconsin, I just wanted to say a quick hello to you guys and the girls as well. So thanks for everybody in the States for that supported us in our little Americana adventure here in England.
I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.